And I'm live. Okay, what's up? What it do? What it don't do? It's your girl Prissy Solo. And I am here for a very different video than what we normally do. Yeah, as you guys can tell by the title, I am currently in Miami, Florida, and I am here for surgery. I have surgery on Saturday in just 3 more days. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the process thus far, what I'm doing, what I'm getting done, and obviously you guys know by the title why I'm here. So I want to start off by talking about what I'm getting done, why I'm here, and then I can get into the details of how the trip has been thus far. Okay, so some of you guys follow me on social media, so you guys have seen me take that COVID test where I had this big ass swab go down my nostril. I actually had cut that into a 30-second clip, so please be tuned to watch my other videos because I am going to insert the whole video. But you guys are wondering, like, what's going on? I am not here on vacation. Like I said, I'm here for surgery. I'm getting a tummy tuck. Um, and to be honest with you guys, this tummy tuck has been so long that I've been debating and thinking about doing this since I've had my son. I'm so ready to get rid of my oatmeal cookie stomach, as I like to call it, and I have a stomach that looks like I've never had kids. I love my kids, but I would love for my stomach to look like I've never had kids. That has been like one of my, I want to say my only insecurity, but for sure my biggest insecurity I've ever had. And so to be able to change it has very, I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but it's really a big deal for me, and I'm super excited. You had a tummy tuck? Oh my gosh. Okay, so you could definitely feel where I'm coming from. Did you have it during COVID? So I have to be out here for 9 days. After surgery, it's usually 5 days, but because of COVID, I had to arrive 3 days early. And because of COVID, I'm not allowed to, there's not a lot of flights going out. So I had to come even a day earlier. So I'm going to be in Miami for a total of 9 days. I originally wanted a mommy makeover. And if you guys don't know, a mommy makeover is when they do your breast implants and they do the tummy tuck. Um, Two of the hardest things for me so far with doing the surgery has been letting go of $10,000. Took you 20 years to get my had it for 2 years, best decision ever. Thank you for those encouraging words, because to be honest with you, I feel like this is, I was just about to say that, even though that it hurts my feelings to see the 10,000 go out my account, I feel like I'm making one of the best decisions I've ever could have made, because um I just, it's just something that has really kept me down, and it has kept me away from loving myself 100%. So to be able to go and change that, if 10,000 is what it takes, easy. So what I want to say, first of all, don't let them stick you. Question everything. Trust me. Question. I don't get what that means, Patrick. You will make that money back. I will make it back. Thank you again. You're being so encouraging. But yes. So what was I saying? So the 10,000 has been hard to let go. One of the second things that has been one of the biggest things that I cannot get out of my head, you guys, the breast. So I always said I was gonna get a mommy makeover. Coming into surgery, that was my plan. And when I started to research, okay, I got you, Patrick. I started to do research on this procedure, when I just knew, okay, this is what I'm gonna go through with. I learned about breast implant illness, also known as BII, and it has been you would think that once you learn about something can make you sick, can kill you, you would think that she would just be like, and to be honest with you guys, I was like that in the beginning. I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna get the tummy tuck. F those implants. I'm not gonna do it. But the closer I got to my surgery, like literally days, like I'm 3 days out, I got to a point where I just could not get it out of my head, because I just knew, okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I really like the way breast implants look. Okay, I don't care to have small titties. I have small titties and I'm fine with them. It's not about being bigger breasted. I just love the way they look, how higher they are. So it was really hard for me to make that decision, even though it should have been plain as day, like once you learn about something. But obviously, look at me. I'm what am I doing right now, right? And like, I'm obviously a risk taker, and it's just something I really wanted. And so So that has been the hardest thing for me. Ever since I have texted my coordinator and told her I'm not going through with the breast implants, I have not stopped thinking about it. I cannot stop looking at other women that have it done, because although I'm not scared, I'm ready. I'm not scared about the surgery. I'm just saying that has been hard for me, just to be, just to not choose that. But I do feel like I'm making the best decision for myself and for my kids by not getting it. But you gotta understand that we're in a generation now. I'm an A cup. So just to in the generation that we are in now, like, and then you see so many women with it and they're fine, they're not sick. And granted, there's other people that have different stories. It's just kind of like, it's like, is this a chance I want to take? So those have been the hardest things for me. Other than that, you guys, I'm so ready. I'm not nervous. I'm not scared. Today I took a COVID test. Like I told y'all, that was brutal. And I feel like, even though I know it's going to take me a long time to heal, I'm ready. Like, I've been preparing for this for a very long time. And it's just really at this point, just getting everything into motion. So what else? Oh, I want to tell you guys about my trip so far. So I got here yesterday. I didn't get into my room until 2 a.m. I literally had connecting flights. I had flew from Ontario, California to Phoenix. We had a layover in Phoenix, Arizona. It was only an hour. Didn't feel like it. By the time we got off the plane, we literally only had time to grab something to eat and to get back on the plane. So it was super fast. But the flight going from Phoenix, Arizona to Miami, Florida was like, it just seemed like it was longer than usual. It was 4.5 hours, but it just seemed like it was incredibly long. When we got into town, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. We had to go to a shuttle to get the rental car, and then from the rental car finding the room. I didn't get in until 2 a.m. When I got in, I had to take a shower with HyperCleanse. If you guys don't know, if you're having surgery, you have to shower with HyperCleanse. Even if you're not having surgery, it's just a really good antiseptic to use. I have this, I don't know if my nose looks shiny. I'm putting this muciprocin on my nose just to basically make sure that everything is kosher for the surgery, that I don't get any bacteria infections, and that I come off, that I'm just perfectly fine and I make it back to my kids safely, that I heal the way that I should. Babe, was there something else I said I was going to say about the process? Oh, I don't like Miami Airport. I know this is gonna sound bougie, but y'all know my name is Prissy. It is so just ghetto. It's just so I mean, for Miami to be my we my dude. And listen, let me tell y'all, my nickname might be Prissy, but me and my dude, we are some real people. I would say we're not no bougie. We done been around the block and I. Let me tell you something. Miami Airport, I said it when I came off. It looked musty. Later on, it ended up smelling musty. I'm not trying to shit on Florida, but it's just not. It's just not what we thought it would be. I understand that it's a pandemic going on, but it was just. It was. We was expecting, like, how, have you ever been to Las Vegas, Nevada? Like, Las Vegas is always like lit up, and it's just, it's just a city that never sleeps. For this to be such a hub, it just wasn't giving Miami teas, honey. Maybe just I just never been here. It just wasn't what I thought it would be. Um, you know, Reba, I'm getting a tubby tub. Nothing fake. I'm not injecting nothing in my body. I'm slicing and dicing and getting back to Prissy before kids. Okay, now another disclaimer that I want to say, and I'm not trying to shit on nobody, but surgery is not for a broke bitch. It's definitely possible. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about it. If you feel like, oh, I can't do it, like literally there's so many different routes that you can make it happen. But I would not say that this is the easy way out. You know how some people be like, why don't you just go to the gym? You taking the easy way out. First of all, I'm about to get cut from hip to hip. I'm about to take forever to heal. I'm about to be swollen out my mind. I'm not going to be able to sit up straight for weeks. I'm not going to be able to walk on my own. I have to use a walker. I can't probably wipe myself. I'm gonna have these drains coming out. I'm gonna be toe up. So this is definitely not for the weak-minded, weak physically, or broke. Okay, and I definitely don't feel like I'm taking the cheap route out, because I feel like honestly this is harder than going to the gym. My decision is because I have loose skin. Some people bounce back after having babies, but some of us, we have our muscles. It's called diastasis recti. It's work, right? So it's called diastasis recti. And what diastasis recti is when you have a baby and your muscles separate, okay? So, so your muscles separate. So no matter how many sit-ups you do, no matter what you do, it's never going, you always got this pudge. How many of you ladies have kids and your pudge just do not go away no matter if y'all diet, if you work out, it just don't go away. Now, my pudge don't bother me. What bothers me is that I have loose skin, what I call an oatmeal stomach. My skin is just like, it's just looser. So because I'm so small, when I had my children, my oldest, I had a C-section. I was 115 pounds, literally all belly with both my kids. It's just like they just toe up my muscles. So I'm having muscle repair. Tummy tuck is a nice way of saying muscle repair, but really what they about to do is cut me open. They're gonna go in and sew back my stomach muscles, and that's what's gonna make me not be able to straighten my back. That's what's gonna make me not be able to look over, pick up things, because it's gonna be so tight, like as before I've ever had kids. It's gonna be, basically my stomach back together, super tight. So no, I'm not thinking I'm fat and trying to get, I know I'm not big. I need my stomach muscles to be back right. I need my stomach on flat, okay? And sometimes that happens to us. Some women bounce back, and I just wasn't one of them. Okay, so I think I covered everything, so I'm about to end this live unless y'all have some more questions. I do want to talk about what I packed. So first I'm gonna tell y'all what I didn't pack. Maybe I'll do a different video and I'll tell y'all what I packed. For those ladies that are interested in getting this procedure done, maybe I'll break it up for y'all so y'all just don't have to keep watching an ongoing video. I want to show y'all the COVID test, and I want to show y'all tell y'all what I packed, and I want to show y'all after my surgery. I'll record. Thank you. I'll show y'all. I'll probably break up everything. Okay, so I have not been open with I'm not going to share this process on my Facebook. It's only going to be shared here on my YouTube, and I might share some stuff on my Instagram, only because I tell y'all this all the time. I waited so long to share this with everybody because it's kind of sad. I just have, and I said this once and I'll say it again, I just have so many silent haters on my Facebook. I just don't feel like people are happy for me. So I just didn't want to share it too soon, and then something happens. Like, I'll give you an example. There's been many times that I have said things on Facebook or I announced it, and then it didn't happen. I spoke too soon, I let the devil get a hold of my plans too soon. Now I'm so close to it, and I know that I'm divine, and I know that this is for me. I'm not worried about it now. I'm ready to share it with the world. I'm definitely feel like this is something I want to be open with, because if it wasn't for other women sharing their process and sharing their details and having videos on YouTube, I wouldn't even be in this position to do this, because it literally, I had to do so much research, and it was all basically based on other people sharing their experiences. I would not have been able to find my doctor, Dr. Earl. Dr. Earl is, I haven't even met him yet, and I already know that this is probably one of the best doctors out here in Miami, one of the best procedures, and I found him from other women. I knew exactly what to pack, what to expect, and I think that's why I'm not nervous. I have researched this for so long, so I do want to be open and record my process. But y'all have to understand, even though I have a YouTube and I have been on YouTube for a while, I definitely don't consider myself a YouTuber. So I'm really a live in the moment type of girl. So it is kind of hard for me to sometimes, just even kind of just remember, like, okay, record this, record that. Like, I'm so busy too, y'all. Like, literally, if y'all just knew what the heck I have on my plate right now, like, I'm super busy. Anyway, I'll do a separate video telling y'all what I packed and everything like that, so it just doesn't be ongoing. I just wanted to announce why I was out here. I'm ready to share it with the world. I know everybody's wondering why are we out here. We are not out here during COVID partying it up. We are not on vacation. I wish. But if I was on vacation, I definitely wouldn't choose Miami. Reba said hi. I definitely wouldn't say. He said, what's up? Thank you, Reba. I definitely wouldn't choose Miami, because y'all see them cases sparking up, and I definitely wouldn't be nowhere if I couldn't attend stuff that you threw. If y'all had an event and y'all felt like, you felt some kind of way because me and Dante didn't show up, I didn't show up, we were quarantining. I couldn't afford to test positive for COVID. I had to make sure I stayed away from everybody, and I had to take care of myself prior to surgery. Surgery is not something that you just take care of yourself afterwards. You have to take care of yourself beforehand so that you are in good health. Speaking of being in good health, because I ain't done talking. Okay, you can get off this video if you are trying to have surgery and you came here to kind of know what to expect. This is just about to tell y'all about what I had to go through with my primary care in order to get a medical clearance. And this is why I didn't feel comfortable sharing stuff, because literally, I don't want to be the person that make it seem like I think everybody be hating on me. But when I say baby, everybody don't want to see you happy. Everybody don't want to see you succeed. Everybody don't want to just want to get in a way. It's so true. It's so true. So prior to being able to have surgery, you have to go through what they call a medical clearance. And the medical clearance consists of, you have to get lab work done where they draw your blood. You have to have an EKG where they check your heart. And that's it. Okay. So so I'm from California. I live in California, and we're still shut down. Everything is still closed back home. So, I've been new about the surgery, but I had changed my surgery day because they had a new rule. So my original surgery day for Dr. Earl was July 1st. Okay. But they had this new rule for COVID that you have to take a COVID test 3 days prior, or they're not even gonna let you in the office, which is understandable, okay? Because who wants to perform surgery on somebody that got COVID and then they get the whole office and then we all, it's just a hot mess. So I understand that. But the bad thing about it is you have to stay in town for 5 days after surgery. You have to. It's a flight risk. You cannot fly right after you have surgery. You have to stay and sit your ass down for 5 days. So I had no problem with the 5 days, but when they added the other 3, it was terrible because they don't do testing on the weekends, right? So you have to. So July 1st is what? July 1st is a Wednesday. So if 3 days before would have been a weekend, so you can't do this. I had to have came on a Friday, which would have made my trip like 13 days, like something crazy, like 2 weeks or something, right? So like 2 weeks, and first of all, I'm not about to be away from my kids for 2 weeks. My man couldn't take off work for 2 weeks. Like, it was just, who wants to be sitting around for 2 weeks? Even this 9 days is about to be hella long. So, and it's a lot of money. Surgery, what you pay for surgery is not where it stops. And that's why I say it's not a broke bitch activity. The hotel, the flights, the medication, the testing, the everything, the aftercare. You got to take care of your body afterwards. Like the stuff the garments, it's just a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Worth it, but it's a lot. So anyways, I had to revise. So I changed my date. So they gave me a date to where I still had to come earlier, but it was less days than like the 12 or 13. Okay. So now I have to scramble and hurry up and get this medical clearance done, because you have to have your medical clearance in order to have surgery, because they're not about to perform on you if you have, like certain problems, health problems. Hold on, y'all. So let me tell y'all. So out here, they're closed. In California, they're closed. So I had called to make, appointment. They're like, oh, we can't see you till June 15th. June 15th, my surgery day is June 27th. They need me to be cleared by the 13th. Oh, my OMG, right? So they can't do nothing about it. I'm calling around, everybody closed. Okay, so LabCorp, they take blood. They do blood work. They're the only ones that were open. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get my labs done, and then I can do the EKG with my primary care. Okay? So I go do the lab work. Actually, I didn't even know I had to take an EKG at first. So I went and got the lab work done. I'm happy as heck. I had to pay $212 out of pocket because my insurance wouldn't cover it, because it's out of state that I was getting this done. Okay, cool, whatever. I was already expecting. Like I said, I already been stacking. I already been saving. I already knew what to expect. Shout out to all my surgery sisters. Shout out to y'all. I was prepared. Okay, so paid the lab work. So here comes my primary care doctor on the 15th. I'm not expecting no issues. My blood was where it was supposed to be. I already knew I didn't have COVID because I took a COVID test in California a week before this. I'll explain to y'all why I had to take it again. So yeah, so I was just, I'm thinking it's about to be easy breezy. Like, my coordinator, she working with me. She not tripping about me being late past the time because I was supposed to have it in 30 days before. You know, let me tell you guys. So I go take my EKG, happy as I want to be, ready. They take my EKG or whatever, and then the doctor come in, and she's like, so pleasant, so sweet. Why they be so sweet to come deliver some bad news? She was so kind too, and she comes in and she's like, basically she tells me I have I don't even remember what it's called because I don't claim it. Okay, I don't receive it. I don't claim it. You're not about to cut. You're not about to tell me. Listen, I understand that she went to school. I understand that she is certified. I understand that she is a professional. I understand that she is got a degree. But when she came and tried to tell me I had something wrong with my heart, she said that I had something that I don't even remember because, like I said, I don't receive it. She said something like that. She was basically saying like my heartbeat was off. She was saying like it was doing like boom, boom, like fluttering, like, this is normal, and then they'll do this, like a kick, and it was doing this. So she was like, you never heard this before? I'm like, no, I have 2 kids. I go to the doctor for every little thing. If you follow me on Facebook, I've had my breast exam. I go get them STD tests. I got HIV. Like I said, I did COVID for the 2nd time. I'm on top of it. If I felt my heart doing something I felt like wasn't right, I would have ran to the doctors. I'm always on top of my health. So she's like, yeah, you have whatever she said. And I'm like, okay. But I'm asking questions because I've never heard of this. So if somebody comes and tells you that you have something wrong with you, of course I'm not going to get defensive and say, oh, you a lie. No, I want to, what is it? What are you talking about? What is this hereditary? I'm asking questions. So she's explained it to me. So she basically tells me, I'm going to go send you to see a cardiologist. And I'm thinking cardiologist is usually for people that's older. Like I'm 26, a cardiologist. Okay. Wasn't really tripping because I'm thinking, she's like, I'm going to put it in as urgent. So I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm going to go see him later today or tomorrow. It's Monday. It's like a Monday. So I'm thinking, y'all, this girl writes on my EKG that I have an abnormal heartbeat, must see a cardiologist for my clearance. So basically she's denying giving me my clearance. Okay. I leave. And I immediately started making phone. I immediately started looking up what the heck she was talking about. So I tell my dude all sad and shit, what happened? Because he like, what happened? What you think? I'm like, I tell him what happens. He like, oh, I know somebody that had that. They drank a whole lot of coffee and they ended up passing away. And I'm like, hold on, coffee? And he was like, yeah, it can mess with your heartbeat. Man, I go to Google, as we all do. I go to Google. And I go Google can caffeine mess up your heartbeat? Now your EKG test. Now the reason why I looked it up is because I had a Frappuccino. Again, if you follow me and if you watch my videos, y'all know I call it a crack in the cup. Y'all know I love my caramel Frappuccinos from McDonald's. So that morning I had a caramel Frappuccino and I had McDonald's breakfast or something on my way to the appointment. Not knowing that, I wasn't supposed to eat nothing, not knowing I wasn't supposed to drink nothing. I didn't know. So I call him back. I'm like, hey, y'all said I had an abnormal EKG, but I talked to a professional. I said talk to a professional. I said talk to a professional, and they said that, that drinking caffeine before your test, 4 hours in between, can ruin your results. The bra is going to say to me, not the doctor, this is like a nurse or a receptionist, oh, we don't believe in that. You have to go see a cardiologist. And okay, y'all don't believe in it, fine, whatever. So I call my insurance company and I'm like, hey, have they put in the paperwork for to tell me what cardiologist I'm seeing? Where am I going? Who's the name of the doctor? I want to call them and find out when I can go in. They're like, oh, we don't have a record of them putting it in. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said she was going to do it urgent. Oh, no, we haven't got anything. So I hang up with them. I call my primary care back. I'm like, hi, this is so and so again. I'm calling because my, I don't have kind of have the confirmation number for the cardiologist so that I can get stuff going. Oh, the doctor doesn't give us the, what did she say? Something about like they don't give. Basically, long story short, the doctor does her whole rounds for the day, and then she gives the paperwork to the nurse, the receptionist, and then they put the information in tomorrow morning. So I'm like, but you already know what I need, so why wait? Was she already told? Okay, whatever. Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm being polite. So the next day come around, and I call my primary care, and I say to my primary care, no, they gave me the thing. They gave me the. I don't remember. I called my insurance. I went through my insurance or whatever. Because my primary care at this time, y'all, was really giving me a hard time. They got to a point where they started acting like I was irritating them. I had asked for my EKG. They were talking about basically, oh, we're gonna send it to your surgeon. How are you gonna send it to my surgeon, ma'am? And I haven't even gave you guys my surgeon's fax number. Like what? Like don't bullshit me. So she's like, we're gonna send it to the. I'm like, you haven't even got. Okay, I'll take the number down. So she takes down the fax number for my surgeon. And I say, okay, so if you could send that to them immediately, please, I will greatly appreciate it. If for any reason that you can't send it, I can just come pick it up and I can send it. Oh, well, actually, we're not. I'm not gonna send it to the surgeon. I'm gonna send it to the cardiologist. What? Wait, huh? What did you take the? Why did you take the fax number down and act like you were gonna? If I didn't say that, you would have had me believing that you were about to fax over my EKG to my surgeon. So what was the whole point of you even? I'm gonna say acting at this point. Why were you acting like you were taking down the fax number? Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna come by and get it. Okay, so they don't sign me to no cardiologist. I have to go find a cardiologist on my own because now they're talking about something about how it takes a couple of days for somebody to pick it up. So I start calling around. The soonest that somebody can get me in was after my surgery. It was like July 2nd. They all kept talking about 2 weeks, because again, California is closed. Then another person that was open was like, oh, we don't see nobody younger than 40. Okay, all right. I'm going to urgent cares, trying to get them to do it. They're like, only your primary care. We could take an EKG on you, but only your primary care can sign off on, because we don't know your medical history. It's my first time ever even going to them. I had recently had switched insurance, and they had switched my doctor, and I never went to go see them because I just never went to go see them. So, many times where I cried. I just didn't give up. I kept calling every place that I could think of, any doctors. I kept calling them. They weren't really helpful. So long story short, I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to see a cardiologist. I'm just going to go take a chest x-ray. Where did I go? Some place that takes chest x-ray walk-ins. So I go walk in and go do a chest x-ray. Everything is fine. Everything's perfectly fine. So as soon as they tell me everything is fine and they give me a disc, I'll call my primary care. I'm like, hey, but prior to this, I forgot to say, I had went to go see the cardiologist that my primary care had told me to go see. Because they finally, after a couple of days, they gave me a primary care to go see. When I went to go pick up my EKG, they gave me a referral paper to go see a cardiologist, which happened to be a cardiologist I hadn't even called at this point. So, and this is why I say the devil is a lie, and there is going to be tests in life when you really want something, or when you're really close to succeeding at something. There's going to be so many different roadblocks that just come to discourage you, and I felt discouraged, but at no point did I feel like I was about until literally the surgeons out here, Dr. Earl, Pure Plastic Surgery, until they called me and said, hey, we have to cancel your surgery because you don't have this medical clearance in time. Shout out to the coordinators there for working with me and being patient. They didn't have to. I had legally form that said it was my due diligence to have this done by this certain time, and they literally worked with me, and I felt like because of them working with me is the only thing that kept me going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even though all the doors were closing out here, I felt like until they told me, hey, we have to cancel or reschedule your surgery, I was not going to stop. My dude had already took off all this time off of work. I had put so much money and preparation into this. I just wasn't about to give up. So anyways, so where I was at. So I got declined at the cardiologist. They were gonna try to see me right away. They told me that they couldn't see me in time. So they said your primary care is gonna have to see me to somebody else. I said, so I went to go do the chest X-ray. Came back fine. I called my primary care and I'm like, hey, you guys, I took my test. Everything came back kosher. The cardiologist you guys sent me to declined me. They said you have to refer me to somebody else. The nurse was so rude. Miss Annalise, if you ever find this, if you ever see this video, you need to take a course in customer service or pray or something to lighten your heart because you're rude as hell. So she was like, oh, why did they decline you? I'm like, I don't know. They told me that they were going to contact you. Oh, so I say, okay, well, have you guys got my results? Oh, it takes 3 to 5 days before the radiologist can look at your stuff. And I'm like, but I have the results. I can come by and bring it. She goes, is it on a disc? And I was like, yeah. She goes, well, we can't accept the disc. I'm like, okay, ma'am. I'll figure out something. Thank you. Hang up the phone. I have so much patience. For me to have the type of personality I have, I want to say I got patience from my kids because I really felt like, you know, I handled them better. I handled them very well, you know. So, anyways, I'm about to wrap it up. We 30 minutes in, so I'm about to wrap this up. Long story short, so I go right after that. Look at God. So I'm saying I'm so divine, y'all. I'm so blessed and highly favored. I get a call that a medical place out here was willing to see me to clear me for surgery. They were going to see me. I went there today. I was cleared for surgery. I brought them the form from my EKG. I brought them my labs. I told them my medical history. I gave them my chest x-ray. They told me everything looks fine. I'm cleared for surgery. I'm good to go. They don't understand why I was told that I wasn't cleared. But I got my clearance. Literally, how many days is this? Literally 3 days before surgery. If it wasn't for the coordinators at Pure Plastic, they're the ones that set that up for me. Yanisi, I'm gonna learn how to say her name by the time I go meet her. Yanisi, tomorrow or anytime between tomorrow and the next 3 days. And yeah, that has been my journey thus far. So stay tuned if you are looking to have a surgery done or traveling to Miami for surgery. And yeah, I'm gonna start this live video why I talked y'all ear off like this, but I'm gonna get down different videos just so you guys can know and learn and be prepared for surgery. All right, y'all have a good night.